everyone, it's Mel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm guiding you through an advanced hip stretch. We're gonna get started right away on your mat, taking one of your shins, kind of like figure four, and bringing it into your heart and cradling it like a baby. Even if you are not advanced in your hip stretches, you can do these every day to get your hips more open. So make sure to change sides into the other one. We're just starting off pretty easy. Okay, drop your feet together, open up the knees for butterfly pose, wiggling your knees up and down, and then forward fold over your feet. You can try to bring your forehead to your feet. Nice. And we're gonna go into those figure fours one more time on each side and go a little bit deeper this time by opening up into compass on both sides. So when you're ready, come back to that figure four on whichever side you started with last time. And this time you can try to extend the other leg straight or keep it bent, right? And you can cross the ankle over the knee into that figure four or modified pigeon. And I like to drop my shins right and left. After you do that a couple times, pull the shin in even closer to your chest. Extend the left leg long. And then here's where you can try to hook your knee outside of your shoulder for compass to extend the leg. Nice. Let's go ahead and change sides. I'm doing the left shin now, crossing it over the knee, dropping the shins right and left, and then bringing the shin into your chest, cradling it like a baby, warming your hip up for compass, bringing the leg outside of that shoulder, and extend both legs. Okay, we are going to lean back onto our elbows, lifting the legs straight up to the sky, pointing or flexing through the feet. We're gonna work on opening up each hip at a time. So one opens to the left, one opens to the right. And then you can begin to open up both legs. The style I'm doing is floor work in dance classes or pole dancing. So it's really good to actually work into your hip flexors by rotating the knees inward and then rotating it outwards as we go out. But anyways, you guys can practice that, and otherwise you can just keep it simple by opening and closing the legs. This is actually really good for active flexibility. Each time you bring your legs down, they should go a little bit closer to the mat. Okay, hold it at the bottom and begin to pulse. Pulsing it open, open, open. You can even use your hands to help you pulse it deeper. And after a few pulses, you're going to close the feet together so you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. And then punch the feet or kick the feet up to the sky for happy baby. You can rock side to side, massaging your low back, making sure you're pushing your sacrum to the floor. And then let's open up the right leg to the side, keeping the left bent, flexing and pointing through your foot to feel the differences, and then changing sides. We're ultimately working up for middle splits and other advanced postures, but also make sure not to push yourself too quickly. If you're not quite there for these kinds of poses, make sure to pause the video and work on the first few stretches that I showed you. But let's move on, taking the feet to the sky again, pointing and flexing and rolling out of your ankles. You can pull your chest to your shins, for a nice forward fold. And then we'll take the hands to a T or on the mat beside you. We're going to drop the legs to the left and then to the right, going back and forth for spinal twists on both sides. This is also working into your core a lot, especially if you're keeping your legs straight. You can bend the knees if you want, but keeping them straight is much harder, and I love the challenge. Keeping your legs to whichever side they fall at now and holding this spinal stretch just for a few breaths. Changing sides when you're ready, dropping them over towards the other side. Beautiful. And we are about to go through a little flow. So when you're ready, pull yourself through the center, give yourself a big hug, and rock and roll all the way until you are at a downward facing dog onto your mat. You can take a quick standing forward fold if you'd like, but ultimately walk yourself out to down dog. Open up the feet about hips width distance, and then you're going to tippy toe roll all the way forward to a high plank, and right away roll your spine back. Lift your right leg up to the sky, keeping the hips square to start, and then open them up. You can bend your knee at the top, and we will squeeze right knee to right tricep and step the foot outside of the right hand. Take a lizard push-up and then open up for a twist, dragonfly twist. If you want to drop for horizon lunge, go ahead and do so. And then here's where we're going to add in some heat. You're stepping the back foot up to meet the front foot about 5 times. Working into your core. And then once you've done your 5, keep the leg up and sit down into a twist, twisting over to the right. Facing the front of the mat again, step both feet back right away to down dog. Let's change sides. Lift left leg up, keep it square to start, and then bend it open. Squeeze the left knee to the left tricep, and then step it outside of the left hand. Take a lizard push-up, pushing up, down, and then waving your left arm to the sky for dragonfly twist. You can keep it twisting by opening up for horizon lunge. And then go ahead and begin to take those taps, tapping the right foot up to meet the left. After you've done a few, take your twist. I forgot to do this side. But when you are ready, you're going to meet me in a forward fold in the middle of your mat with your feet about hips width distance. We're going to go back and forth between dropping for Malasana squat to forward folds. So keep it dropping and then extend through the legs. We're working through our hamstrings and our hips. If you want to cross your hands to each ankle and kind of take a little twist as we come into our forward fold, go ahead and do so. Just feels kind of juicy and nice and funky. And after a few of those, if you want to add in a little arm balance, you can place the hands on the ground and take the knees to the back of your triceps for crow pose. Okay, shoot the feet back or step them back and push yourself to child's pose for a breath. So good. I hope everyone's heat has risen. Once you're ready, come on up to meet me into Skandasana towards the right. We are holding here for 5 breaths. To change sides, come on up through the center and take a quick wide-legged forward fold. And then lunge into the left leg for Skandasana. Again, holding here for 5 breaths. Okay, come on up through a wide-legged forward fold. First, take a nice inhale and then exhale, folds. pulling your upper body through underneath as far as you can. Beautiful. You're gonna slowly make yourself to your mat on your back. So however you wanna get there, let's go into that happy baby again, opening up as wide as you can go, pulling your knees to the mat. And then we're gonna work into one leg at a time, trying to pull them behind the head and ultimately taking both ankles behind the head. Again, this is for my advanced yogis, but here you can try. So as you can see, I'm taking my right knee down as far as I can, hooking it behind my shoulder, and it is easier to plant that foot on the ground and then try to hook it behind. I have kind of short legs, so it's hard for me to actually hook my ankle behind my head, but I keep on working on it. So I'm gonna change sides, taking the other knee down. Again, I like to start with my leg bent. I can straighten through for a nice stretch, but it is easier to hook the knee and get it lower if I have the other leg planted. Okay, so we're going to work into taking both of the feet behind the head, and I like this little transition of going into shoulder stand and trying to hook my knees around my arms and then take the ankles behind the head. Again, my legs are short, but I'm getting there, and I try to stretch myself daily. But yeah, this is where I'm at, and it is a practice that takes a long time to succeed at. Once you're ready, you can open up the legs wide again, big straddle, and we can pulse the legs at the bottom. Again, active flexibility into the inner thigh and the groin. Amazing, feels so good. All right, let's change it up. Now we are going to work into our middle split. So I like to come into a wide-legged forward fold, take the hands on the ankles, and slowly slide down to the middle split or a wide straddle. This forces you to squeeze all of your muscles in your legs, and it's ultimately a active flexibility stretch. So yeah, once you find the straddle or the middle split, hold for a few breaths. And then you will roll yourself up, and we are going to make our way into pigeon on the right side, however you want to. Remember to inhale and extend through your spine before you drop down for sleeping pigeon. Once you're there, just rest in this position. Slowly make your way up, back into our pigeon, but this time we're going to bend the back foot and try to grab the foot for a bind. This is getting into the quad, but you can also take a back bend here by taking mermaid or the full king dancer. However you want to come out of this, slowly do so, and we will make our way into the other side. So shifting into pigeon on the left. Again, start with your chest up high, lengthening through your spine, and then you can drop for sleeping pigeon. make your way up. And again, if you took the bind on the other side, make sure to do it on this side as well. Bending the foot towards your butt, going for either mermaid, which is this variation, or taking the foot and touching your head. Once you are ready, you can slowly make your way out of that. And we are going to take a quick forward fold. And coming onto your mat, rolling back for shoulder stand. We've been here before, but only as a transition into the feet behind head. But this time we're gonna hold the shoulder stand and make pretty shapes, practicing our splits again, opening up the legs. Or you can just make your way towards plow pose with your legs around your ears. Karna Pidasana. Use the last 10 breaths that we have in our shoulder stand to make any kinds of other movements or shapes that you want or that your body is calling for today. Before you come down slowly, try to go into plow pose with your hands around your feet. That way when you come all the way down, you're in this forward fold, right? And then I want you to arch your back into fish pose to counterbalance that deep forward fold. Arching your back, touching the top of your head or your crown to the mat. Amazing. Take another breath in and out, pulling your knees in and rocking yourself up to a seated meditation. I'm going to close the class here. I hope everyone enjoyed this advanced hip opening flow. The light and student and teacher in me honors and sees the light student and teacher in every one of you. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Mwah.